Let me ask y'all something, bro. Have y'all ever thought about what it could be? Like, have y'all ever thought about what you could be and the potential that you could have and what you could accomplish? The things that you could create and bring value to the world? Like, have you ever thought about your potential and what you could be? You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just use me for an example, bro. Ever since I was like, I feel like I've been at my lower self since like middle school, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm stepping in these past couple of years. I've been stepping into, you know what I mean, higher consciousness thinking, but I still have a lot to work on, bro. And I always try to be honest with myself because I feel like you can't improve unless you honest with yourself. Like, if you feel like, if you're a person and you feel like you have no problems and you have no issues and you have nothing to work on, then you're gonna tell yourself you're good, and you're gonna tell yourself there's nothing for you to work on, and you're gonna convince yourself that you're perfect. And if that's the case, to me, that's limiting what you could be. Because if you convince yourself that you're perfect, then you have, if you've already convinced yourself in your mind that there's nothing that you have to improve on, then you're not going to work on anything. You get what I'm saying? But to me, you're limiting yourself because everybody has something that they can improve on all the time. You get what I'm saying? That's one of the laws of the universe. You know what I'm saying? You always going to have something that you can get better at and you can improve on. So you got to ask yourself, really, like, do you want to keep being your lower self, or do you want to see what you could be? Do you want to see what your higher self looks like? Do you want to get a glimpse in the eyes of your higher self and see what the world, how the world changes and how differently the world looks when you and your higher self? You got to ask yourself that. Or do you want to keep looking at the world from a lower self's perspective? Because you keep doing what you're doing now, you keep fapping, you keep watching porn, you keep watching bullshit, you keep doing what you're doing now, you will always look at the world from this lens of like lower self, from lower perspective, and you'll always look at the world as like this place that it's just hell, and it's all this chaos and it's all this bullshit going on in the world, and you'll never see the beauty in anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you at your higher self, bro, everything feels totally different. When you in a higher self mindset and you thinking from a higher self perspective, you look at everything so differently. You look at relationships differently. You look at tragic, catastrophic events that happen in the world. You look at that shit differently. Like, you look at everything differently, bro. And it's like, don't you want to experience that? Don't you want to know what that feels like? Don't you want to be able to know what your higher self looks like? You get what I'm saying? Like, I watch a lot of anime, bro. I really fuck with anime because I really feel like it's a lot of deep messages in a lot of animes and shit. But like, let's take Naruto for example. If you've ever watched Naruto, remember when you know what I'm saying, when Naruto, you know what I'm saying, when he was a kid and whatever, he was at his lower self. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Nobody liked him, whatever. He was at his lower self. You know what I'm saying? But we all know the Naruto now. Like, we all know present day Naruto and what he's capable of. Imagine if he would have gave up when he was that kid. Imagine if he would have gave up when everybody wanted him to give up, when nobody liked him, when everybody hated him, when everybody thought he was just a weirdo walking around with possessed by a demon. Like you have to really think, like, what you, if you give up right now, bro, if you give up right now, you will never know what you could be. And every single time that you watch porn, and every single time that you allow that shit to like convince you, like, every single time you allow yourself to be manipulated by porn, bro, it's like you gotta start all over. You gotta start all over. You gotta start all over. And it's like, bro, why do you want to keep doing that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't you want to see what you could be? Like, bro, look at what's going on in the world right now. Like, you never know how much time you have. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of the universe. A lot of people look at it as a scary thing, but it's really beautiful. Is the fact that you really don't know when you're gonna pass. You don't know when you're gonna die. Everybody automatically assumes that they're gonna live to be 100 years old, but you don't know that. You don't know that, bro. Yo, you could have 2 more years left in your life. You could have 3 more years left in your life, and you don't even know it. The universe knows it, but you don't know it. So the question is like, stop acting like you got time, bro. Stop acting like, oh, you'll do it 2 years from now. You'll do it 3 years from now. You don't even know if you'll be around 3 years from now. And it might sound harsh and it might sound fucked up, but it's real. I'm just giving y'all the real, bro. You don't know if you'll be around. So you got to get on your shit now and see what your higher self looks like before you go. Before you cross over into the next dimension, just see what your higher self looks like in this dimension. You know what I'm saying? You know what your lower self looks like. You know how your lower self is. You know how that feels. Now see how your higher self feels, bro. See how it feels to be a higher you. You know what I'm saying? See how that feels, bro. Like it's like I can't relate to people who are complacent with just wanting to be nothing, bro. Like you could be nothing, but but it's cool if you're trying to be better. You get what I'm saying? Like if you're watching this video right now and you tune into this content, I don't care who you are, what you look like. I don't care because you're trying to improve. You wouldn't even be watching this content if you weren't trying to improve. I can't respect people who like who just don't want to be anything. They just don't want to improve. Like they would rather be chaotic and just put out bullshit and just be a bullshit ass person than to want to actually like be better. You get what I'm saying? So really you just gotta ask yourself like what do you want to be, bro? What do you want to get out of this journey? You get what I'm saying? Like that, and like I'm being real with y'all, bro. Ask yourself that before you even start retention. Like, what do you want to get out of this journey, and then work towards that. You know what I'm saying? Be like, make yourself proud, bro. Show yourself what your higher self looks like. You've been at your lower self all these years. All these years you've been at your lower self. You've been eating lower self food. You've been thinking lower self thoughts. You've been talking to lower self, associating with lower self people. Like it's time to really get on your higher self and see what your higher self looks like, and really see what you could be, the type of person that you could be, bro. For real, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. We out.